Hi, everybody. Sorry if we are late and you were waiting for us. We were having a discussion, and we're going to try not to continue that discussion and play Blades in the Dark instead. But, be on the lookout in, a year or two for our RPG system to get published. We're working
Champions
on it.
of Valenwood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, the Champions I think that's Champions is already a name of it.
Champions is taken. That's superheroes.
Yeah, we can't do
But-
that one.
Oh, you just put a colon and then you're good.
Valenwood Heroes. How's that?
In
Is that
tiny,
good?
like Valenwood 7 tiny print. Champions. That'll be fine.
Same
Little
font.
champ. Big Valenwood. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, hi. We're here in this basement. So if you didn't see last week's Blades in the Dark, they did finally this crew, which calling the Legion, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
The Legion.
Yeah.
Legion seems to be the thing.
Legion or Legion? I still.
Legion.
Legion.
We're not a cancer. We're the solution.
Not
That's
quite
it.
sure.
Hey, Josh,
What?
you can't see through it.
Oh no, you can't. Huh. That's it's because it's from New England.
It's not from New England. It's from
Oh.
New York State. It's from near Geneseo.
Oh, good.
That means it's from Lakewood.
Excellent.
Yeah, right next to Geneseo.
Cool. So, this crew finally got their hands on some new turf. They went and talked with their pals at the Hive, and hobnobbed at a party for a little bit, which was great fun. They all enjoyed it. Luca especially liked the food, and the
condescension.
Yep, and the condescension. Yeah. So they chatted with them and got some help making this real estate deal. Put up some money and some information they had, and signed a contract whereby they now own Brandon's butcher shop, and the Hive has the use of it as needed, which they said should be rare, but they've worked out an arrangement to use it. But the Legion is in charge of it; it's theirs, and it will be 100% theirs when they pay off their 5-coin debt to the Hive, and then they don't have to worry about that anymore. So they got the keys. They came to check out their new property. Realized their keys didn't take them into the basement. But fortunately, they had stolen a set of keys that would take them into the basement from Needle, the Crow agent who has not been heard from and not been home since they beat him and left him on his floor. And
Sarge beat him.
yeah, Sarge beat him.
Yeah.
And Luca watched.
I heard he's
And,
Sounds.
I mean, whatever they're into, And so they got in the basement and found Brandon in the basement with another person who they don't recognize, doing something weird to a body. It had some chains on it.
Spiritually.
Yep, doing something spiritually
weird.
Spiritually weird. It had some chains on it. Chains were leading to a strange jar contraption. So when we left off, they had just burst in on this scene to the surprised looks of Brandon and this other individual who they don't yet know. So that is where we're picking up. Everybody is. 4 of them are in the basement, and the 6 people down here are just sort of staring at each other, trying to make sense of what they're seeing.
So, is that why there's a disturbance in the spirit realm? Puka is just focused on, he doesn't care about whatever else is happening. Like, he's just excited. You
Yeah.
guys
So-
look excited about what's happening.
Yeah, I mean it is very exciting.
And then the person laying on the ground in chains, they
Yeah.
just look like a person?
Or a dead person, or a.
Are they dead or are they alive?
Dead.
They're
Is-
dead.
Or, well,
Okay.
That's
I
a
mean they look
key
dead.
feature.
They look
Unconscious.
they look mostly dead.
Do they have like wounds, or they just look like their life essence is not quite
Princess Bride mostly dead.
around?
Yeah, like something is being maybe drained out of them and is almost all the way drained out of them.
Does it look like their face was kicked in lately?
No,
Okay.
it does not.
And the two individuals standing over them, one is Brandon, one is this other person we don't know. What
Yes.
are they doing with this individual in chains? Are they like
So
are they just standing over talking, or are they like
no, so Brandon is kind of standing back watching, and the other
Mhm.
person is standing over and muttering and holding this jar
okay.
that the chains are leading to. Appears to be enacting some kind of strange thing.
What are you doing?
Aye, that's what I asked.
Well, and this is so the other person, the person mumbling, keeps the mumbling up while Brandon responds. Well, you we didn't get a chance to talk since you bought the
Came
place.
to your place. Aye, right. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you too. This is
Weird.
I'm letting them use the room.
Outer room.
You're letting who use this room? Yes, our room now, but you're letting who use our room?
Them, and he points to the one muttering.
Yeah, I gathered that. Who is this? Who are
Sarge
you?
looked meaningfully at Luca.
Well, you notice Luca's got his hand like behind his back where like his pistols are, and like he's got one hand like behind his back right now. So he's
Oh, and Puka's put his mask on. There's spirits.
yeah, and
He got his mask.
yeah. He's like,
Well, so I, for a while, well, this room is special,
I noticed.
and so people will pay me to use it for certain things, and the other one, the crows who used to look out for this place, I mean, they knew it happened, and they looked out for me to make sure nobody did anything weird.
Cricket
I mean,
chuckles.
that would disrupt the arrangements that I've made with people, and I didn't mess with what they did. We just both used this room.
are they paying you for this?
Yes.
So they're paying us for this.
Well, I guess we didn't get to talk about that really.
Well, now is a fine time.
What's going on right there, though? Are we safe here? What's happening?
Yes, we are. That's why they do it here, because it's safe.
I look at Puka. Puka, what is this?
I don't know, and he'll start to walk closer.
I'll follow. I'll walk behind you.
Yeah,
So you can kill someone down here.
you probably shouldn't disrupt this until
What?
they finish.
Well, certainly, I'm not going to disrupt. I'm just trying to take a look at what is.
Yeah, that's That's fine.
So obviously he's busy. Is he draining the soul out of this body while it's alive?
Yes.
That's morally.
While it's alive?
Well, I mean, they're not always alive.
Well, that's generally how it should go, right?
Right. But the thing is, you can't really, I mean, you probably know, you can't really do this out in the city.
No,
Who's the guy on the floor?
people would go crazy, and the spirit wardens would hate it.
Right. And here they don't know.
Well, how is that? I've noticed there is something here about the spirit realm where spirit. I don't quite know what it is. Did you set that up
No, it was like this
when you found it?
when I took over the building.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, I suppose it's important. Who's on the floor there?
Yeah, are we going to let him go through with this?
I don't know. I don't ask any questions. I just.
Oh, that's a bad policy.
Who's the guy with the jar that won't talk to us?
The one who's paying me. Like I said, I don't ask any questions. They use the room, they pay me.
Brandon, we're gonna have to have a talk.
Yeah.
I look over at the guy that's performing the ritual, then I look back at Luca, and look back at the guy that's performing the ritual, and then sort of shrug.
I look at Puka like, are we gonna let this happen? Because I don't know this shit.
Do we is this person who's performing it, can we visually recognize them as potentially a part of any particular faction? Or the person on the floor? Do they have any
Nothing
faction specific?
Nothing obvious, no.
I'll turn back to Luca. Well, my assumption would be he's part of one of the cults around here. I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to many of them. They tend to be quite secretive. I don't know what he'd be collecting the soul for, but then again, there's many uses for souls. It's not generally. It's generally frowned upon to be taking it straight out of a live body. Frowned upon is the nicest way to put that.
I didn't know you could do that.
Neither did I, but I suspected there are ways.
Seems worse than death.
Should we put the guy out of his misery?
I think that might disturb. I can tell you sometimes when you disturb these types of things, it gets worse than if you leave them alone. I don't know how that jar works, and if all of a sudden there's some type of disconnect, who knows what kind of mayhem could happen. Yeah, we could try it. I got my mask on. I'm fine.
Cover my groin. Turn sideways.
So you don't get possessed. But then again, if he is part of some cult, we don't know which one, and we don't know who he might be angering.
We don't know either one of these guys.
Oh, we've met Brannon.
Oh no, I'm talking about the
Oh, certainly.
Two involved in the ritual.
The exerciser and the exercisee. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we need to keep that guy around for a conversation, too.
Yeah, we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings when they know where we are and we don't know where they are.
Right.
Are there any other doors in here? Or
they're all doors.
There's a lot.
Oh, those are doors.
Those are all doors.
Open doorways.
Oh,
and they're
Jesus.
all dark, and you can't see where they go. But they are open doorways, and they're big. So this is rough. I mean, this isn't perfect scale, but it gives you the idea that they're roughly twice as big as a standard door frame door.
Tunnels.
Are they going to caves, or are they finished tunnels?
They're tunnels.
Stone floor, stone sides, all that jazz?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So look at Brandon. I'm assuming that's how all these people come here.
Yes. That's how they get here. That's how they leave. That's how usually the one that well, there was a guy that used to come here, Needle.
Yeah.
And the person he met with to hand off information used to come through those as well.
We need to talk to that person.
How long have you owned this place?
Well, I had it for, well, I guess it was a little more than 7 years.
So this has been going on for 7 years. So when you bought this place, you didn't know that there was this going on underneath.
Well, I sort of inherited this place, and well, I got filled in on what this room was, and then well, it was a way for me to make some money and give some people a place they needed to do certain things. But like I said, I don't really get mixed up in what goes on down here. I just try to make
Let
sure
it
that
happen.
Just stand over and watch.
yeah, I just try to make sure that that the people who use it, are doing what they say they're going to do, and don't get disrupted. And like I said, the crows used to help me out with that.
In what way?
I mean, if we really needed, they'd send some people over.
To do what? Dispose of the bodies?
If we needed to, or just to, be back in case. Some of the things that have happened down here were a little more immediate than this one.
Seems like we're going to need to work out what kind of things are going to happen down here.
What kind of things aren't?
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know you be coming down here tonight.
Well, now you do.
We bought the place.
Yeah, I knew that much. I just hadn't.
Didn't think this was going to change?
No, or well, I didn't think you'd find out about it this way.
Why do you think the price was so high?
Well, the people I was talking with, I mean, they asked me a lot of questions. They knew they seemed to know what this room was, or what it had. And not no other place in the city that has it that I know of.
Agreed. Well, it will be a wonderful conversation. In the meantime, after this gentleman is done, it seems perhaps that that conversation should happen before this room is used again by anyone but us. Us being us four, not you.
And we'll
Right.
change the locks and get you your new key, maybe, if we come to an agreement.
Okay.
Well, we don't necessarily want to stop what you're doing. We just want to make sure you're doing the right thing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
We'd hate to return your cleaver bloody.
Right.
Right.
The cleaver. Right. Yeah. Sorry about that. Got off on the wrong foot.
Oh, we certainly did. But I'm sure we'll have a better foot walking forward.
Yeah,
I mean, I was
ready to get defeated.
Well, because you see, I'm fascinated. I'm looking at Brandon, but I point over to the jar. Really, I'm fascinated by this type of thing. a spirit can be trapped for quite a long time, and there's many, many uses for a spirit. So I don't know so much that the cleaver would be something you'd have to worry about should things go awry with us. I'd be more worried about what he's doing, because it's very interesting to me, and I might just have to figure out some ways to do it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was working for somebody else.
Please elaborate.
I was working. The crows were looking out for me. We had an arrangement. That's why, when you came to ask questions, I was just looking out for them. But now I don't work for them anymore.
Because you
That's right.
So
That's right.
Yeah.
And so we can create a new arrangement.
I hope so.
Yeah, you'll make more money with us.
Well, that's good.
You make money.
Yeah, and the
You'll
business.
get power.
Yeah,
The
upstairs business doesn't really. Well, the upstairs business isn't the lucrative one here.
How often does and I point to what's going on, this kind of thing happen per week, let's say?
Not every week.
No, so it's not.
Sort of depends on when they need it, but generally they pay pretty well when it does happen. And as he says, as the person who's doing the thing finishes up the muttering, he sense the person that's on the floor is now just a corpse. And then they start gathering up the chains. They seal the jar and start gathering up the chains.
You have a moment to talk now, addressing the person we don't know.
Oh, you want to talk to me?
Well, of course. So, is the chains a part of it? What do the chains do? Do they help funnel the spirit into the jar?
Yes, that's what they're for.
Oh, that's fascinating. Who's this bloke?
Just somebody I came across.
That's morally questionable indeed. So did you invent this?
No.
Hmm.
No, I was using it. These stay down here.
Which these? The bodies?
Pointing to the chains.
Are there other artifact things around, or is just the chains? Like, is this room otherwise empty? Or are there other things down here?
It's otherwise empty. So, well, there's a table that this person was starting to set the chains back on. But yeah, otherwise empty.
And Brannon, did this place come with the chains?
They were down here.
Interesting. Well, if you don't mind my asking, it's talking back again to the person we don't know. So, who do you work with? I assume you're not just a traveling soul stealer.
Traveling. That's good. I like that job. Traveling soul stealer.
Oh yeah, it's a lonely job, but somebody's got it.
Yeah, somebody who's gonna peddle souls if you don't have a traveling soul stealer?
Right.
Well, I have people that I work with who we have use for these kinds of things.
Just so I'm clear about what we're doing here. Forgive me, I don't understand any of this. the fella there on the ground who's no longer a fella, is he somebody you knew, or was it just like somebody you snatched up off the street because you needed a soul?
Yeah, I just needed. I needed taps on the jar.
So you don't care about the quality of the soul, you just look for souls.
Well,
I give Sarge a look.
Luca.
Not the break his neck look, but the like move yourself in a position in case we need to break his neck look.
Yeah,
Like
I thought
we're one step away from needing a neck snapping. Yeah.
And I'm kind of looking to Luca, just hold on. Let's get some information.
Yeah, we're getting information.
All right. And maybe even
I assume
track
that
him
answer didn't fit real well with
Sarge stopped looking close to the board.
you could track this
Sarge
guy,
is looking really bored.
It's true.
and if necessary, right? And if we let him go for a little ways.
Anyway, sorry. What did he say?
this particular one, no. We just needed the spirit. Sometimes it matters.
Well, generally, it should if you want quality.
Well, it depends on what you need it for.
True. But if you don't need a quality soul, it's probably trash work.
Well, again, depends on what you need out of it, I suppose.
Well, then what do you need out of it?
Oh, this one?
Oh, sure.
Well, I collect them. I don't work with them.
You just collect them to sell on.
Well, sometimes we sell, but there are other people I'm associated with who make use of them rather than sell them.
And you prefer to collect them yourself rather than go through someone who tends to traffic in these things.
Well, the less or the fewer people you involve, the less chance that something goes wrong. So here it goes directly from me to the one who needs it. And we don't get any interference. As
You
you
get
probably
like soul bounty hunter, but not specific bounties, just random souls sometimes.
depends.
Well, we'll have a nice conversation with Brannon, and you will find out whether or not this space is open to you again.
Okay.
Okay. Though, if you choose to have a more open conversation with us, it might make it easier to have a positive decision in your favor.
Okay, well, I'll let them know that we might have to hold off on some projects.
You might.
Brandon knows how to reach us.
Sounds good.
And keeping an eye on the four of you. This person takes the jar and leads through. Make sure I put him through the right tunnel here. This one down here.
I mean, I assume we're not going to let this guy get back to his people.
Yeah, I've already given Sarge. I've already given Sarge like the nod.
Well, aren't you you're the track? I know he's the sneaker. You're the tracker. You should probably be going too. As he walks out, I would say he can't get back to his group. They know who we are. They know where we are.
I think that they already knew where it was. I mean, If he goes missing, you don't think that group's going to come looking.
That's the problem right there.
But they probably don't really care too much who's.
If they're going to lose use of this space, they're going to know.
Am I following or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking Luca might need to go too for
Tracking.
tracking.
Well, Sarge has the prowling.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's like group prowling, group tracking.
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all really want me to go with Sarge because this worked out so well last time, I'll be happy to.
Where do we all go?
Well, somebody's got to stay here and babysit Brandon.
I've so got this, and I'm not useful in this next conversation because I just want to kill him.
Well, but is he killing? Right? I thought yes, because I don't want. I don't know. They don't necessarily have to know what we're involved down here now, but I don't know. Maybe that's just how it is now. Maybe we're official.
Well, we kind of reveal ourselves, so it's either we let's get out of spirit or. I'm more interested in who he works for.
Well, that's why. Yeah, I mean, if we find that out, but like, if you could find that out without letting him spew the information to them.
So, Brandon, they said you know how to contact them. So, who are they?
Who are they?
Hi.
Well, I don't. I send a message to this. Well, it's this weird old house. There's an apothecary who has a shop, and I take the message there, and they take it to the house. But I've never been to the house.
So it does sound like a cult. They like the creepy things. Might not be.
And how much are they? How much are they paying to use this space?
Well, I mean, it depends on exactly what they need to do. I mean, that was a pretty simple one.
That was simple.
Yeah, just one body, one extraction.
There's multiple bodies down here, oftentimes, is what you're saying.
Sometimes, or more powerful things.
Oh, aye.
So, I mean, that one.
What happens to the body now?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna try to take care of it myself, since
You don't sell it upstairs, do you?
Scream that style.
I mean,
Oh no.
I do what I mean, there are only so many ways to get rid of a body.
Oh man.
Dear Lord.
We're all the same people.
Or Lord Ruler or whatever. Whatever.
That this is not okay, right? Him selling bodies to the peoples of Crow's Foot.
Crow's Foot? No, it's not okay at all. That's why they...
Well, I mean,
of our conversation, we're going to have to ask you to stop selling bodies to people.
I mean, it's a mixture.
I'm sure it is. It's going to have to come out of your mixture.
Okay. Well, then we'll have to figure out something else to do with the bodies. I didn't take. Sometimes the crows took care of them. I didn't always take them. Only if I had to.
Mm-hmm. So we look forward to you figuring out a creative solution and letting us know what that is. And if it's satisfactory, you won't have to find out our solution.
Okay.
Okay.
But this one, they paid me 2 coin for this one because it was quick and simple. And you can see why that, like I said, it's more lucrative than upstairs.
Right?
How much were the crows taken off of you after you makes?
Well, we had an arrangement. They made plenty on their own through their contact that they met down here. So they kind of let me do what I needed to do and work out my arrangements with the people I let use the place, and they did what they needed to do, and I stayed out of their way.
How many different types of people are using the place?
Sometimes I paid them if I needed extra help, but I have a lot of people who come in. They kind of just used it for, like I said, the person that Needle used to meet with and pass information to. Yeah, this was
Upstairs, right? Or down here?
Down here. They would meet up down here because, well, easy way to get around the city without being seen.
You know where all these tunnels go?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna need to have you're gonna have to let us know. We're gonna need to learn that.
Okay. Yeah, I can tell you where they all go.
Okay, I guess you already said the apothecary, so never mind.
Yeah. Well, you might want to know, I guess, maybe I should have said this before, but I'm not sure why they went down that one.
Oh.
The one who was just here. I don't...
Usually goes down a different one.
Yeah.
Where does that one go?
That one?
That
one goes to Coleridge.
Where do they normally go?
That one... Let me make sure I have this right. Oh, wait, where are you? That's weird that this doesn't tell me where you are. They usually go to the weird house, which is somewhere else. That I will tell you in just a second.
That's cool. It's a place in Duskwall.
Different from where he's going now.
Yeah. You must have... I don't know. You must have thought something was up.
Yeah.
Reasonable.
So, yeah.
Do we need to be worried about Sarge?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Sarge.
Okay. He usually goes through this one, and he points over here.
That's definitely a different direction.
Yeah.
He knew he was going to be followed.
Yeah, he might have suspected it.
That's pretty.
Do we all need to go, or?
Yeah, he's pretty smart. He's been around for a while.
This is Sarge's actual job.
Yeah.
There might be some decision making necessary, though.
Yeah, that's all of his actual job.
Yep. He loves making decisions.
Luca might need to be around for some.
Well, I'm a couple minutes behind him. So I'll see if I catch up or not.
I mean, we got a lot of work to do, Puka.
Yeah.
Are you going?
Yeah, I've already moved that way.
Take this with you, and I give you a few
Grenades.
no, not grenades. No,
I don't know if a grenade in a tunnel is a great idea.
no,
but,
no. I give you like a few vials. That's all I'm gonna say right now. They're the ones you're gonna need. So I don't have to take as much stress when we flash back to this moment. I hand you basically a
bandolier.
A bandolier.
Cool. All right.
There's definitely like trance powder in there. That's there's some of that.
Of course.
Of course. All right. Is there a healing potion in here somewhere?
It might be. If you look, if you look in the right pouch.
Potion.
I don't know that. I don't think I have healing potions, but
You had healing potions this whole time?
no, I don't have healing potions. Got some Alka-Hest in there for Sarge. He might need that.
Some what?
Alka-Hest,
Drugs?
the anti
Drug
drug.
alcohol is what I need. Elka has. No. Who do you think I am?
A drug addict.
So I'll leave these two in charge of Brandon and the body, and I'll move as quickly as I can to follow Sarge.
Okay. All right.
Good luck finding him.
So
Yeah, no, I'll
I mean,
probably walk
that's
right past. I'll probably walk right past you, but I'm not actually being all that stealthy. I'm moving.
Sarge will notice you.
Stealthy.
yeah, Sarge,
Yeah,
Sarge will
Sarge
stop
see me.
you.
Probably hear me coming too. Yeah.
all right. So you're just trying to just tail this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Sarge? Okay.
So I'm 2 effects up.
Okay. How do you get 4 problems?
Oh,
I'm gonna say that seems like a lot. I know you get the +1 effect.
Not
back
ambushing.
thing, right?
no, never mind. I
Okay.
have
You could take some stress.
You could.
Yeah, I'll just take the stress.
Okay.
I misrolled.
Okay. Cool. So you did fairly well there.
What's the effect level beyond great?
So you
Super great.
yeah, and it's already increased because you have a critical, so it's double super great. Yeah, there isn't any more.
There's extreme.
Yeah, extreme, double super extreme. So yeah, this you're doing very well at tailing this fellow. So let's see. We're gonna move over here real quick. Oh, I gotta move you so we can reference this. All right. Come on, roll 20. Load my other page. There will be another page.
This guy's gonna make me get my steps in, isn't he?
Yep. Sure is.
I mean, considering we're getting the city map, yeah, I think
We're gonna need some segues for down here. Get on it.
That's going to be the next Tinker invention. Better transportation.
the whole underground
Some
rail
scooters,
system.
some 2-wheel scooters that we,
Yep,
you
zip
push
around.
on.
Yep.
We'll get them motorized eventually.
They're just at stations all over the city. You can pick them up
yeah.
whenever you need one. And
Yep.
go rolling
You
around.
swipe for a quarter coin or something.
Put a little silver bit in there. Get your scooter. Make sure you drop it back. Yep. All right. So, yeah, this guy. So yeah, he comes out. You come out in forage, and you pop
This
up.
map.
Yeah, I know.
This map throws me off because the other map
rotated.
Is, rotated, yeah, it's rotated.
Oh, this one,
90
yeah.
degrees
It's rotated
counterclockwise.
90 degrees. So I'm like, no,
Yeah.
the crow should be up there. Oh no, wait, it's down
Yeah.
here now.
Yep.
Yeah.
North is to the left.
Yeah, it's weird. So yeah, you pop up in Coleridge, and
Sweet, is that our shortcut home?
I mean, it looks like it.
That's the first most important one to learn first.
All right, we know how to get home now. That's good.
Which exit was that?
Bottom right.
Bottom right, yeah.
All right.
And it comes up like right sort of in here, kind of between the L and the R, and you come out into this, what is the old rail yard. So this is, if you haven't looked at this description before, it's this, before Gatwick Station was built, this was the like center for commerce. This was a big busy rail station. Now it's like a couple heavy cargo trains a day is all, so it's way less busy than it used to be. And most of it is like rusted out old rail cars and things that just got abandoned and left, and they're just sitting here. So there are, large swaths of this that are just piles of abandoned rail cars rusting. And there's basically one track through here that's still in use, one kind of depot in here that's still in use, as these cargo trains come through. So it's a good place to have places to pop up that are kind of well hidden. So this pops up between a couple rusted out old rail cars, and you actually come out into a rail car that you can see out the sides of, and there's rusted out ones surrounding it. And you see that kind of, it's got this opening that you can slide to the side and replace, and it's very hard to tell from just inside the rail car that it's there. Like you would have to know that that's there to be able to even determine that there is any kind of opening here. And you spy this guy, kind of one of the rail cars that's next to this. He sort of ducked around the end of it, and he's looking around. And after a moment of looking around, he starts to move off in down this road, this one that goes over across into Charter Hall.
All right.
Would Luke have been able to catch up by the time they traveled that distance?
So about, you weren't too far behind him. So about the time this guy starts getting out of the rail yard and off down this road is when Luca would kind of catch up to the end of this tunnel.
All right. Well, I'm following him. I don't know that I'm waiting for Luca, so okay. I'm going to follow without being able to be seen by him.
Okay. So Luca, you come up into the rail yard, and you're in an old rail yard. You're in the middle of a rusted out old train car.
I am going to look for prints.
Okay. Hey.
Is that a hunt roll, maybe?
Yep. You are hunting for some footprints.
I'm going to hunt to see if I know which way. And I'm so confident.
Yeah.
That I rolled them. Yeah.
Yep. So you
freshest prints around. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, fresh prints around. So you do find some prints that are leading off down this main road. But it's kind of hard to tell. Like you're not sure if Sarge went that way. Like you don't really know where Sarge went. You think you've got a fresh set of prints, but you only can really find one. So it's kind of it's not. It looks like did Sarge even come out of this?
Right.
Don't know, because you can't find any sign of him at all.
Right.
So this is my job.
Yes. But as far as you can tell, like, maybe Sarge never made it out of the tunnel. Maybe he did, and something happened to him. Like, it's hard to say. Like, you don't really have a good way to tell what's going on with Sarge. You just can guess that the guy he was following, and then you were sort of, following as well. By extension, probably went that way.
I didn't see any blood anywhere, did I?
No blood.
Okay. I mean, it's, that could either be Sarge or Sarge's victim. I'm not sure. So I just wanted to,
Yeah.
You could probably tell by the splatter type.
Yeah. And there was no blood in the basement either.
Oh yeah, his soul might just be gone.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna follow the prince because I already came this far, and
okay,
it'll take me that long to get all the way back to the basement. So, yeah.
All right. So yeah, the prince take
going
you
out for a walk.
Yep, the prince take you down this road. I can draw things. They take you down this road this way. And it's, you'll be strolling for a little while.
Yeah.
So, we'll come back to that. What's going on over here in the basement? Oh man, these page loads are slower than I want them to be.
It loaded right away for me, like the basement.
Mine's being slow for some reason.
Oh.
I'm just joining game shortly for a little bit.
You've got more layers.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
I gotta get rid of some of this stuff. So, so what's going on in the basement? We got Puka and Cricket and Brannon.
Brannon again. The three of us.
Yep,
buddy.
This always works out this way. It's funny.
That's right.
Different power structure this time around.
Yeah,
A
little more comfortable with. We did lose our muscle though, so I'm gonna, have a violet trance powder on the ready.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So, Brandon, I know this is uncomfortable situation, but we'll figure it out as long as you're willing to. We're a bit different from the crows. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I don't think we're just going to turn a blind eye to real soul sucking from this point forward.
We're going to ask you to also do the same, and as our friend said, it should become more lucrative over time.
Okay.
So perhaps we just need to have conversations up front. Let us know what you're doing, what you plan on doing, and what you plan on letting other people do. And we can work to make it more worthwhile.
Okay. Well, I mean, there are a few different groups who come down here, and sometimes sometimes I know ahead of time, sometimes it's short notice. And if it's short notice, do you want me to turn them away?
Well, that's something we're going to have to work out, isn't it?
We might have to stick around for a little while just to figure this situation out. I don't know.
And it might be that we no longer can have short notice guests.
Oops. I didn't do all of that. All right. There we go.
Now, are there any changes you think need to happen?
Or that you'd like to see?
Well, I mean, like I said, the crows made sure that nobody meddled in this business down here. Sometimes they would send a group down here who could deal with any kind of trouble that came along. And I mean, we didn't have a lot of trouble, but every once in a while.
Do you anticipate the crows will have a response to this new change?
Well, I don't expect that they'll be happy.
Nor do we.
Puka, do you think I need to get started on changing some locks and shoring up some entrances?
Might not be a bad idea.
Do you want to move the conversation upstairs so I can stay in earshot, or you think you're all right?
Yeah. Brandon and I should be fine. I think we'll get along as fast friends.
Oh, I hope so.
I'm sure we will.
All right. Well, I'll walk over to Puka and I'll slip a vial in your front pocket and head on upstairs. Give him a pat on the shoulder and
yeah. And as you're walking upstairs, he tells you, you might want to work kind of quickly on that. I've heard that the crows have gotten, I don't know, somehow found a way to. Well, they have some friends in the Bluecoats, and I heard that the Bluecoats have rounded up a couple hive merchants lately, and I wouldn't be surprised if the crows might be behind that, or at least have something to do with it. And so while they might be occupied with that for the time being, I don't think it'll be too long before they try to do something about this place.
Well, that's certainly good to know.
what has the hive done wrong?
Well, I mean, I'm sure that the crows by now have found out how this place changed hands.
And they just send the Bluecoats to do their bidding? Is that how that relationship works?
Well, they tend to get along pretty well. And they have some mutually beneficial arrangements, and neither of them particularly care for the hive.
That's good to know.
Do you think the hive's aware of this?
I would bet that they expected it. From what I know, from what I've overheard from the crows, that the hive has no love for them either. So I'm not surprised that they bought this place, because it hurts the crows, and I wouldn't be surprised if they expected some retaliation.
We'll let them work that out, and you and us will work out how this arrangement is going to benefit all of us. And how to make sure the crows don't make your life difficult.
Yeah, they might try to make all our lives difficult.
Well,
to be
they
honest.
might try.
Got ourselves a juicy piece of turf, Puka.
That's what we're looking for, right?
All the dogs are going to come fight over it.
No. They're just dogs.
Stupid dogs. All right, I'll be up working.
I don't think I got anything else in particular.
You should probably also get in touch with and I can try to get word out there with Vond.
He's
Who's Vond?
Vond Aaron was the one that Needle used to meet downstairs.
Perfect. Well, appreciate you letting us know that. That is information we certainly need.
Yeah, he's well, from what I know from overhearing him and Needle, Bond's the one who knows how to get information where it's going to make the most money when there's information to sell. And Vaughn knows he knows where everything goes down there, so he gets in and out, gets it to where it needs to be. So if you're going to use it for the same thing the Crows were using it for, then, well, you'll need to have a talk with him.
Sounds good.
He'll be expecting to hear from Needle, I imagine.
We'll become friends with him instead. I assume he likes business and we can provide.
I mean, he's good at what he does, and he makes a lot of money doing what he does.
Well, then he's going to like us just fine.
You want me to see if I can get him to come downstairs?
I'd appreciate it.
All right, I'll get a message out there.
Oh yeah, that's it on Luca's end. Unless you got more.
Anybody want something to eat?
No. Really sorry, I had to run out of that.
I got some sausage.
Probably not for a while. Am I going to want anything from here?
Okay.
Right. Not till we get it settled on how the upstairs works.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Because that's just wrong.
Gotta go somewhere. All right. So Sergeant Luca. Following this guy around, and as soon as I can see this Duskball map again, I'll try to draw on it more.
Yeah, it pops right up for me.
Yeah. See it.
Yeah, well, because I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. You get like a joining the game thing when you switch.
Like I'm not in the game. It's recalculating the splines for me.
Yeah, that's interesting because I don't get that when I do the D&D switch screens.
That's weird.
Like it pops up immediately. I don't know if it's the game or I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Mine's been being kind of slow to load though. I was messing around.
But that's not a loading thing. That's like they're relaunching. Like
Which is weird. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. So Luca, you're following some footprints.
Yeah.
And are you trying to make up ground, or are you trying to just follow steadily along?
Follow steadily along.
Okay.
Because in my mind, Sarge is still ahead of me, and so, but I'm not running, but I'm not crawling along on the ground, following footprints.
All right. Yeah, and it is gonna. I mean, you know that you are moving generally into busier parts, like Coleridge, and especially like the rail yard is not too busy, but it may potentially get harder to keep track of your footprints through some of the busier parts of the city. Because I mean, you all know the layout of the city enough to know that you're moving into Charter Hall, and then most of the places you can go from there, Charter Hollow, Crow's Foot, Night Market, a lot of them are, have more foot traffic than, particularly where you were in Coleridge. So, I mean, you would know there is a risk of potentially losing the trail if it gets muddled, just so you know.
Okay.
In case that changes what you do in any way, but you're pretty good at this, so
I'm okay.
Yeah, you might be fine. So yeah, you both can keep following along. So Sarge, you've got eyes on this guy, and Luca, you're following tracks, and you are able to stay with it at least until it, for now, it's turned this way and starts heading down towards this bridge over into Char Hollow. And what you see, Sarge, is, every once in a while, this guy will kind of pull over and duck down an alley and kind of peek out, look around, and then pause for a little bit before continuing. And I'm not giving you the exact route. It's like, really, I mean, you're following and he's kind of going through this and doing one of these things, but just sort of the main, yeah. So I'm not going to draw like every little time he ducks into an alley. Just this is sort of the general, like, he's trying to check for tails every once in a while. So he's continuing down here, and then as he gets down into Char Hollow, he...
What are Scovlanders? Puka people?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sarge, are you dropping your casual racism down there? Okay, cool.
Yep.
It's not racism.
How is that not racism?
You just spent a lot of time killing a lot of Scotlanders.
Yeah, that's what I said. Casual racism. All right, cool.
Sarge, that's just Sarge.
He's less sneaky than a Scot. All right. You think Scotlanders are dangerous and sneaky? I see how they're.
No, that's not how you read that.
That's how exactly.
Are not dangerous, but they're sneaky.
Right.
Sneaky bit. Got it. All right. So,
Sarge.
So yeah, he takes a.
He's a good guy.
So you follow him as he goes around here.
Alignment's overrated.
Yeah. And he stops in this little triangle building right here. Doot.
Char Hollow A.
Zoom enhance.
Is that the right one? Yeah, enhance. Yeah, that's my map is all screwed.
Oh, right across from Iron Hook.
Yep, that's the right one.
You know that place, Luca. You've been there.
Yeah.
So
I haven't really enjoyed this stroll so far.
Yeah, so he ducks in, and up to this point, you're able to follow well enough, Luca. And Sarge, you see him go in this place called Kellen's. It's an old pub, one of the oldest in the city. What you know about it is that they specialize in Scovlander ales and whiskeys. Yep. It has a pretty wide range of people. Rich and poor both come to Kellen's.
Perfect place for you.
Yep. There's traditional food, traditional music here, so it's kind of this little bit of Scotland here in Char Hollow. But there are some. It's funny that you've been comparing him to a Scotlander all along, and here he goes into Kellen's. But yeah, there is somebody outside who's shouting like, "No, Scovs go home," and kind of throwing rocks at the sides and being sort of generally belligerent. And you notice that there is a little bit of kind of anti-Scovlander graffiti on the side of the building. But he goes in. And Luca, yeah, you kind of get to the point where as you follow along, the footprints obviously are going into this pub. But still no Sarge footprints.
Well, I'll go into the pub.
Damn it.
Oh, good old Scotland pub.
Hey, man.
So yeah, so
Right.
Sarge, you see Luca wander in. Yeah.
I mix and mingle well.
That's the exact thing we're not supposed to be doing right now.
This will be
I
great.
mean, this is the thing we're doing.
Pook and I are about to defend an assault, so don't worry.
There's a moment when I'm walking in where you can like reveal yourself and then say, "Hey, let's not go in there."
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
You're gonna pop out before Luca walks in.
Yeah. I'm just going to grab him from behind
Stab me in the throat.
and then pull him back.
All right.
I'm also going to, if I'm able to, kneecap that dude that keeps shouting. Just because I don't like him.
What does kneecap mean?
Like baseball bat style,
Just
gun style.
Swing it. Yeah.
How are you getting his kneecaps? The zippity.
It's not super sneaky.
I thought you'd be cool with his no scabs. Scabs go home.
The war's over. No, you don't have to be angry at them. If you've killed as many of them as I have, like, there's no need to be angry. That's done. It's over.
So when you like grab me from behind, I'm like, oh, there you are.
Yeah.
I assumed you'd gone on in.
Are you gonna try and pop this guy first, or grab Luca first, and then be like, "Hang on, I gotta go get this guy."
I'm gonna grab Luca, and then when we're walking back past the bar, I'm just gonna kneecap the guy.
Okay.
I'll do it with a boot. I won't do it with a knife.
You'll do it with a what?
Boot.
Okay, so you're just gonna
Take him in the knee.
stomp
Yeah.
on his knee.
You're trying to bend it backwards effectively, right? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
That sounds
Terrible.
they're very violent.
Right. So are you gonna try and sneak up from behind him so he doesn't see you, or are you just gonna walk
Yes,
right up?
absolutely.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and make your risky standard prowl roll.
Okay.
This guy
Just
is
gonna
try and just walk by behind him and
take a cheap shot.
Oh yeah.
all right.
That's a lot of dice.
Yep.
It's an ambush.
Yeah. So are you trying to break this knee?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Then yeah, you stomp right on the side and just buckle his knee inward, and he crumples to the ground. And obviously
I said,
stops.
shut your mouth, you won. And then just keep walking.
And he does stop shouting anti-Scoblin stuff because he's just going on the ground and kind of holding his knee and rolling around in pain.
That's fine. All right, we'll just keep walking back.
Sarge, you are a confusing bird, man. I cannot follow.
That line very linear.
I guess I'll stop and I'll kind of kneel down beside him laying there and say, I think what my friend is trying to say is go find something else to do with your time.
And he kind of
stand up.
Yeah, and he why who are you? And
they're obviously Scovlin.
yeah, there's clearly a couple Scovliners.
Right.
I'll just rise back up and just keep walking.
All right, so you guys kind of duck back out of sight of this place, and
after he's broken his knee,
and you kind of hear in the distance this sort of, and this guy trying to sort of hobble his way off.
See,
so I understand you didn't want to draw attention right up until you might have just drawn attention to us.
No, drew attention to him. Come on.
Yeah. No, I'm saying this once we're in like the alley or whatever. So, I mean, were you not going to follow him in?
We can't go in there without getting made.
What do you mean getting made?
I mean, they'll see that we followed him.
Oh, I mean, if he sees us,
They'll see us. He'll see you.
I mean, okay. I don't mind people knowing my face. As long as they don't know exactly who we are. I just bought a butcher shop. And he went the really long way home.
Dead. I think it's not tactically sound to follow him in there.
So we just went for a really long walk then.
No, we know where they are.
We know where he is. We don't actually know what they are.
Well, if you give me a while longer, then I'll wait for him to come out of here and I'll follow him some more. That was my plan.
Yeah. I was afraid when he went the different direction, Brandon said that he usually went out another tunnel, another door.
Mm-hmm.
I was afraid you were walking into some kind of ambush. Which clearly you're not. He just decided to take a long way home. But at least we know where that door goes.
Yeah, that was a good door to find.
It was.
So that means there's a door in this building you guys are deciding?
No.
I said door, I meant tunnel. I was saying tunnel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So are you assuming there's a tunnel underneath this building he just went into?
No.
No.
There's people probably somewhere in Char Hollow.
Oh, I don't know. There might be.
It's very
He
old.
wouldn't. Because I mean, he wouldn't. He doesn't go that way every time. There might be.
Hmm.
No, if you want to sit here and watch this place, then have at it. I don't know if this place is all that important, to be honest.
Are you going to go in?
No, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Okay.
I don't know what Puka and Cricket are up to right now, but I'm trying to see where we are. I guess I'm about halfway.
Yeah, because
About
here. Is that where the butcher shop was? In that like little flotilla?
yeah.
The butcher shop.
No, it's.
I forget
so.
where it was.
I think it's on that
Yeah, it was
island.
down-
But
Oh, it's
It
here.
was down by that river.
Okay.
Yeah, down by that
I think
little
it's
waterway.
yeah, that
it's
one.
Yep. Right
Or
about
I don't know if
there.
But
It's
yeah,
like right about
for you to walk.
Yeah, it's like the it's that I'm trying to get
It's
to
the
the crow's foot page. So
trapezoid.
Yeah,
Anyway, it's about halfway.
This one right here. Which
Oh, great.
Oh, over there. Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah. Look at this. This map is all goofy, but
I mean, empty
Right,
bodies. It's not a
doing
long
that
walk
one?
to the river.
yeah, it's right
As long
there.
as they're soulless already.
Yeah, then they're just bodies.
We could. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to the butcher shop overland this
Overland.
time
Okay.
because it's
So,
a
yeah.
little closer.
Yeah. So yeah, you can walk back through. I mean, it took
Through
a
Char
while.
Hollow.
Yeah, like it took a while to get up to Coleridge, and then
Yeah.
back down this way. So, but yeah, you can start making your way back towards
Yeah.
the butcher shop, and Sarge, you're just waiting to see if he comes
many-
back out of here.
Yeah.
How many sets of keys did we have?
One. I
Who
believe.
had
Yeah,
who
well,
had the set?
So you have,
keys?
I mean, you have two sets. You have
Okay.
the set that you got for the building generally, the building
Right.
proper, which did not have one that went to the downstairs, and then you have Needle's keys, which there's one that gets you down in the basement.
I don't know who had them, but flashback before anybody left, I'll ask for the keys.
That was a good plan because I had him and I would not have thought about it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll talk.
Oh, before you go,
Yeah,
let me grab
I'll
those
toss you-
keys.
I'll toss you the keys. Toss you the downstairs keys. So
All right.
And then
I
who's
still
got
have
the
I
other
still have-
set?
I still have an upstairs key. That unless y'all were like, hey, let's leave those here, but I don't know if that's really necessary.
I assume they are both on needles set.
So you haven't tried. I mean, you know that you've got. I mean, you've seen him, or you've heard that he goes in and out a back door.
Right.
So I mean, you can assume that he's got one for a
to the back door, yeah.
And then you know that he's got one that goes to the basement.
I'll figure that out first, and real quick, just which one goes to the back door and so on.
Yep. You've got those two, yeah.
And see if it matches the front door, or if it's
Yeah, and none of the other keys. So if you spend a little time trying these, you've got one for the back door that goes into that little office, and then you've got one for the downstairs. But none of the other. There's a couple other keys here, and none of them fit anywhere else.
Anything here? Yeah. Does that back door key? It doesn't match any of the other exterior doors to this building, or
no?
Is it
that one is different.
Okay.
Yep. And you do have a match for that on the ones that you got.
Luca's, I don't know that we know that for sure yet, but yeah.
Yeah, eventually
I'll assume there were a few extra keys. Those probably go to all the exterior doors of the butcher shop and interior non-basement doors. So yeah, as I'm looking at the idea of rekeying a door, I assume I could figure out some way of filing something down and adjusting some sort of, I don't know how keys work then or whatever, but adjusting some sort of sprint just to do it manually, or I could go find the right components to do it.
You probably need to make a new lock for something like this with the technology available.
Well, I mean, I don't know how locks worked then, but you can just shorten or lengthen pins and shorten or lengthen teeth, and just so that
Yeah. I don't know if you can lengthen teeth.
It would be challenge. It would be much more challenging, yeah, to lengthen than to shorten, right?
I mean, you'd have to get in there, remove the pin, give it a longer pin in it.
Right. Yeah. So that's probably what I'm going to try and do as a short-term solution, since I'm trying to do this, I think, kind of quick. But at long term, I think we need to make this more hidden or something, or change it. I don't know, but. I don't know. Puka, do you have any? I don't know if you're around, and you have any ideas on how we deal with security of this place?
Yeah, when you come down, Puka is studying the chains. He's studying the room. Sometimes his eyes are all weird, sometimes they're not. As he tries and figures out this place, what can he start to figure out right away as far as what kind of awesome things happen here?
So yeah, it was a void from the outside. Have you opened up? Attuned or whatever it's called, and inside it.
So Cricket went upstairs, and Brennan and I finished our conversation, and Puka's eyes rolled into the back of his head.
Good.
So I want to attune inside of the void. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so you're tuning in the basement.
Yeah. So if there's the whole basement, the void. Actually, I'll find out. I don't know. I'm going to tune inside the basement.
You're going to find out. And so you get the sense that this is somehow separated from the ghost field, and it's basically this room itself. So the basement, everything, it seems normal above the roof. So if you were on the ground floor of this building, street level, be fine. If you went, and it overlaps into the tunnels a little bit, but if you started walking into the tunnels, you feel like it would end there, and you'd be back in sort of the normal state of the ghost field. So and it's it's this weird thing where spirits can obviously exist within this area, but something is forming a barrier between the ghost field outside of this room and the ghost field inside this room, which is why when you were outside of it, it felt like a void, because it was cut off completely.
And right now from cut off in the outside realm.
Yes, so it seems like the outside realm is all I can feel where this ends, and it's not very far.
One of the key points there is that therefore there'd be no crows when a body dies here,
right?
And no spirit wardens, and that's why it's so well wanted.
Sarge, good news.
So there would be no sign. Anything that happened in here anything that happened here spirit-wise would not pass outside of this basement.
Whatever
vice
happens
versa.
in the basement stays in the basement.
Right.
Yeah. We got a kill chamber now. Great.
Yes. Yes. We inadvertently got an interrogation and kill chamber room.
Which is
I
why
didn't see that on the turf chart.
Interrogation.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think interrogation somewhere in. It might not be on ours. It's on somebody's. No, there is interrogation chamber. But of course, we'd have to work up this becoming an
We
interrogation.
have to figure out how to properly interrogate.
We don't actually have the code. We'd have to somehow make it an interrogation chamber.
Oh, that seems like a doable one.
Yeah, you just bolt it. I mean, what do they do in Reservoir Dogs? Just do that.
But yeah, that also explains why Brannon was able to let people use this place, because if something should go wrong, it's contained.
Right.
And nothing, and also nothing from outside is going to know. Like, you can come down here and pull the spirit out of a body, and no spirit warden's ever going to know that it happened.
Right. The spirit gets loose. That's fine. It's stuck in here.
Right.
It would seem.
And so, yeah, you have those both layers of why this is good. It's cut off from everything outside, and nothing can truly escape from here.
So can a spirit get out of this space?
Nope. It's basically a spirit wall.
Huh.
And you get the sense that there's some kind of ward that is doing this. Whatever, and it's old.
It'll take more study to figure out, I assume.
Yeah, so there's some kind of old magical ward, arcane ward that is encapsulating this basement room.
And so Frigate comes down. Sorry, what'd you think?
Well, it seems like there's a lot of people who are going to want to be using this, and we're going to need to get that under control. How are we going to make this more secure so that only that we can say? I mean, I can change locks. I could set traps. I can hide things maybe a little better or differently. You got any ideas?
Well, I'm wondering, maybe if I could figure out how this ward works for the spirits, might be able to copy it for the living.
You mean like make it so living people can't pass through?
Right. But, somehow we have to figure out a way to control it.
Like a door.
Sure, like a door.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's think about it this way. There'd be some type of key to some type of door.
Yeah.
Right.
But all right, you keep thinking about that. I'm going to focus on... All right.
Okay.
You good down here?
Sure, yeah. We're great.
All right. So at first, I'm just rekeying doors, and by rekeying, I mean lengthening pins and shortening keys, and yeah.
So you're tinkering with the.
I'm tinkering doors. Yeah.
All right. Where
traps next?
Where do you want to start?
With to the basement. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be number one.
Yeah. So go ahead and make a tinker roll.
All right.
Let's see how this one goes.
It's double fives. So close.
Yeah. So
it's a success.
No, it's not.
So you're able to fiddle with the interior of this lock, and then file the key down to match what you've done. But it's tricky to get the key exactly right, and so you feel like, for now it's working. It's kind of stiff, like it doesn't work very completely smoothly. and after a while, you think it's going to wear out and not work anymore. So this is a temporary fix. This isn't going to hold up long term, and it's not. It's a thing where like you have to sort of jiggle it a little bit to get it to turn just right, and like sometimes you turn it and it doesn't quite engage, so it takes a a few seconds sometimes or 30 seconds to get it quite right. So you're not able to just go in like lock, boom, done, and run away. You have to fiddle a little bit.
Jiggle, all right.
But you have changed it so that you think that if somebody had the original key and put it in,
it definitely wouldn't work. Mine might not work. Theirs definitely wouldn't work.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
See, success.
Yeah, you succeeded. You did what you wanted.
Exactly. Yeah.
Does
it have a?
It's a little complication.
Is it locked from the interior, or is it a key from the interior, or is there like a deadbolt, or I don't know what it? Yeah.
Whatever.
So this actually has a key on both sides.
Okay, I'm gonna put a also just like an interior like whichever way the doors. I guess. Yeah, I mean, I can do something. I figure I get. I'll like a bolting system or whatever. Find some sheet metal, slide it into it. I get out the drill and the tools.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
So I want to try and work on that next, like a deadbolt.
All right.
Just a one-sided deadbolt too. For now.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and tinker that thing up.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll succeed.
There's a good chance to succeed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. That's right failure.
Ooh.
So this.
Do I need to run back to my shop and get the right stuff?
Why is that? I didn't mean to spin it. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's nice.
There. Bing. Up there. So yeah, you don't. You spend a little time like making a spot for it. But yeah, there's nothing here that's gonna fit. You think you're gonna have to go back and get something. You can't find anything in Brandon's itself that's going to be suitable. So you've got the spot.
Okay.
You just can't finish it without going back to HQ or somewhere to get something that's going to work in this spot.
Okay.
Yeah. So after a little bit of conversation and Puka kind of getting a sense of what's going on and Cricket working on this, Luca, you're getting back to Brandon's. Sort of as it gets fiddling around with the office door, and I don't know, Puka, I guess, is downstairs somewhere, not up here.
Well, I'll come in the front door unless he's changed the locks on that one. And
not yet. I haven't got there yet.
You can come in that door still.
Yeah. So I don't know which door did you lock?
Just the basement one so far. I'm gonna move to that back door one next because I think that's the one that the crows had. Yeah. At least they may have had more.
Okay.
And Luca, as you're getting up to the front door, make a risky survey roll.
Risky survey.
I like where this is headed. This is headed towards guns.
No, I don't think it is.
I feel like that didn't succeed. What do I do? Can I push that, or is it a double?
Resist.
I forget how it works.
You can push in advance. You can resist now.
Yeah, so you can hear the results or not results and try to resist whatever.
The results is
hear
nothing.
the results. But he had me roll a die.
Nothing could be bad. Yeah.
Everything's fine.
So you want to resist everything being fine? That's the question.
Yeah, I'll resist because I do this okay. That's just you roll insight, right?
Is he resisting with insight?
So let's see. This would be. Let me make sure. I think that's right for this one. Yeah, this would be insight.
Here I go.
Yeah.
The dice are terrible.
I mean,
Cool.
So
3 stress.
3 stress. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
So and as you get to the front door, Luca, you're about to go in. You know, you're unlocking the door, and you just get this sense of like something's weird up here. And you look around, and you don't see anything. And so it's like, all right, well, I guess I'll just go in. And you open the door, and you're about to step through, and it's like, nah, something's really weird here. And so you take another look around, and looking up and down the street, and kind of off in the distance a little bit, you're not entirely sure, but there's 3 people out here who seem to be kind of keeping an eye on the building. And they're not, you know, they don't sort of fit in with the people that are just passing by. They seem to be specifically watching the building.
Can I get a look at them? Like, what do they look like, dressed as?
Yeah. So if you take a second to look at them, they look. I mean, they look sort of like street toughs, like muscle. If you had to peg them as like, what do these people do?
Mm-hmm.
You'd peg them as sort of like street level muscle.
Okay. How far are they away?
I wish I was there right now.
I wish you were here right now too.
So they are. So looking at the map, which I don't know if you've got the map up, but they're basically like, here. Oh man, this is so tiny. All right,
I got the map pulled up.
you got it. So Brandon's is right. Brandon's is there. They're between. They're like at the head of this alley between these 2 buildings. So they're like one building down, and sort of kind of keeping an eye out from that alley. See where I'm talking about?
Okay. I'll as nonchalantly as possible just be like, okay. Just kind of look around. Note that.
Yep.
I'll go. And then I'll go inside.
All right.
And then I'll close the door and lock it.
Okay.
Are there windows on the building?
Yeah, is it supposed to be business hours right now?
This is not business hours. Nope.
All right. Then yeah, I'll close the door and lock it then.
And yes, there are windows. On the front half. So basically everything from this doorway forward, those walls have windows. The back half.
So when I come across Cricket or Puka, I'm assuming I come across Cricket.
Cricket first. Yeah, I'm I guess on this one.
Yep. So yeah, if you go back through that room and into the office, then Cricket's back in there tinkering with that door that goes to the stairwell.
So there's some fellas outside keeping watch on us.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it back. They said that there were. Brandon said that maybe some blue coats. We're gonna keep an eye on things, and that they round up some hive merchants, and yeah, we might be getting a visit here. People might be upset about this. I think we got We bit off a lot here.
Uh-huh.
So I was just going to change the lock here. So just keep one part secure, but I don't know how much time we got.
We'll probably have a little more time. We'll be fine.
All right, do we need
where's Puka and Brandon?
Yeah, Brandon's down there. I don't. Maybe he should come up and I don't know. Try and look business as usual or something.
Well, it's closed, so unless he's doing night work, I'll go find him.
I'll be here working. I'm gonna move to that back door next.
Okay, the back door in this room.
Oh yeah, I'm telling that to Luca. I don't know when I get to it, but when I get to it, that's yeah.
Okay.
I'll go downstairs and. Is Puka down?
Oh yeah, he's inspecting the chains very closely, taking some notes down.
Yeah. So the you guys can chat as he's looking at the chains.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect to get. I assume this is all going to be a long-term study for anything beyond basics. I'm not too worried about it right now. Just geeking out.
Yeah, so these, I mean, can tell with just a little bit of looking at them is they are plasmically charged.
Cool.
Yep. So that's neat.
So yeah, Puka's eyes are all lit up, and he's checking over these chains, writing some thoughts down, and I don't know what Brandon's doing.
Is Brandon still here?
Yeah, he's sitting down here with Puka.
So that tunnel went to a rail car in Coleridge, and that fella then went to Char Hollow and went to Kellen's.
Oh, Kellen's! A lovely. But did you go in?
I wanted to. I was about to, and then Sarge thought it best not to.
Oh, well, no surprise there.
Yeah, although there was a fella outside that was shouting some quite not nice things about Scotlanders, and Sarge made sure he stopped saying those not nice things. So maybe you're rubbing off on him.
I hope so. Well, maybe it's not too late for him to change his tune.
No, never too late.
No.
But,
why don't you tell Luca what you told me about everything, and then Luca just goes right back to the chain.
All right. So yeah, Brandon fills you in on the crows and Hive don't get along. He's heard that somehow the crows have gotten information to the bluecoats and allowed the bluecoats to round up a couple Hive people who might be engaged in some not above board business, and that obviously, like, it seems like the crows probably know what's up with this place by now, and aren't too happy with the Hive, and the Hive are probably fine with the fact that they've made the crows mad. So yeah, you're kind of in the middle of that whole thing.
Yeah, there look to be three street toughs out there keeping an eye on this place.
Ooh, interesting.
Not sure who they're attached to.
You see him handy with a cleaver. You got anything else around here that might help in case we get visitors?
I mean, I've got some other knives upstairs.
Okay. Oh, why don't you head upstairs and just take account of everything in case we need it soon?
Okay. I can do that. Brandon goes up the stairs, walks by you.
Brandon, you have a key to this door, right?
Yeah.
Could I see that real quick?
Sure.
All right. Thanks. Yeah, I'll get it back to you, I think.
Okay. Puka asked me to count up my knives. So I'm going to step in there and do that.
Yeah, keep an eye on which room are you going in? Is he going in?
So he's going in the next door room to this office, the one with the table.
Okay.
This one.
All right. Keep an ear peeled for anybody trying to get in.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Lucas said there were some, or I don't know if I know Lucas' name. The other guy. The other guy. Yeah.
I think Puka's the only name he has, or then Sarge, I guess.
Yeah. The other guy down there, not the Scotlander, the other one, said there were
Luca?
a few. Yeah.
Here's the name now.
Yeah.
Said there were a few outside keeping an eye on the place. I wouldn't be surprised if it's some crows.
Would you know him if you saw him?
I might.
Maybe take a quiet peek and see if you can figure out who they are or what they might be up to.
All right. Yeah, I can take a look out the window. Where are they? Did he say?
I don't know if he said it to me or not. Down the street. Down the street is what he said.
I'll take a look. He goes over towards the front to look out the window. And while he's looking, I'm going to wait for this map to show up. So after a little while, Sarge, he does come out of Kellen's.
Good.
And is going to resume walking in a way that I will show you soon. As soon as I can see the map.
Oh, it's still not loaded.
No.
Wow.
He's going to go through the whole startup process with the Roll20 really advertisement.
Yeah. I don't know why.
That's really impressive.
But I have to wait for it to do that. But anyway, so just so you guys know, so basically, Sarge, this is going to take you the next several hours of following him around. Like, you'll be able to stay hidden because you are very sneaky. But it will take you some time. But you will be able to shortly see where he goes and then decide what you want to do from there if you come back to meet up with these guys or what. So when he comes out of here, he goes back up here and across this bridge, and he's going to go into Crow's Foot, and then he's going to take this bridge to Silk Shore. And then when he gets into Silk Shore, and again, like I said, all the while he's kind of going along, ducking in and out, and trying to keep an eye out. He doesn't see you because you are very sneaky.
He's literally like walking right by us.
Yeah.
Man.
So yeah, he goes by there, and in which building he goes into. So this is up. Here. I gotta turn my. All right. Make sure I get the right one. And he goes into this one. So this place is this big manor house. And it's this big, tall, very fine-looking, obviously old manor. And again, as he gets to the door, he kind of stops and takes one last look around. And then does some kind of strange hand motions. And
I'm going to pay very close attention to those.
And seems to be muttering something.
I can't do that.
As he's at the door.
You can mutter.
and then walk in after a short, like, weird hand motions and muttering thing goes in the door.
Well, crap. That's definitely it, though. That's the spot. It's worded, which sucks. I mean, if they use souls for a living, then...
Yep.
You know what? I'm going to continue to wait for him. I'll wait for him to leave and go home. Then I'll see where he lives.
Okay. So he's in there for a while. And eventually he comes out and starts walking again. And he...
Is he still trying to hide as he's walking, or is he just walking now?
No, he seems to be a little... yeah, he's less on his guard.
Because he's not holding a soul anymore.
At this point. Yep. He is not any longer holding a soul. And he... He goes to... Just make sure I get it right. So he comes across here and continues through and goes to one of these little houses in Barrow Cleft.
Hmm. Does he just walk into his house, or does he deactivate a word before he does?
So he also does it. It doesn't take as long as what he did at the big manor house, but he does sort of just like a little quick and goes in. So not as complex, obviously.
That's a drag.
Seems to have some kind of protection.
Yep, he just protected himself, that's for sure. He was gonna die. And now he's
You can
not.
do it.
He's got to come out of there eventually.
Just a ward.
I want to steal everything he owns. You know how much coin is in there?
I don't.
Me either, but I'd love to find out.
That could be our next score.
There might be some coin.
All right.
Stopuka will say to Lugo. So, seems that the crows and the... I'll be back. Okay.
Finish your statement.
No. It's going to be a long statement. Good night.
Night.
The crows and the blue coats are chummy and don't quite care for the hive, either one of them. So perhaps it might be worthwhile to find a way to break up that little tryst that they have going on.
True. But I don't know if that's a big task.
Oh, I agree. But it might be worth getting the information that could help us do that. Whether it's getting the blue coats to no longer trust the crows, or the crows not the blue coats, or whichever one needs whichever one.
Yeah.
So if we're looking for solutions, that's a bit more long term, but it might be a nice way to break up that party and give the crow something more important to look for than this place.
Maybe.
Just a thought. Oh, by the way, we can murder people down here and the spirits can't escape, so Sarge will be happy about that.
Wait, what?
Oh, by the way,
I've been telling you about, there's some type of strange something here where you can't feel, the spirit realm. But like inside of here, I cannot even sense the spirit realm outside of this room. So that's why this place is so valuable to, that fella that was here. Like the spirit wardens won't ever know that this body, was deceased unless they, find the body.
Huh.
Right. So if we ever have to fight in here, you said there were some boats down the street. If we ever have to fight, I'd say we do it down here.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, if we drag one of those bastards down here, we could,
Just a thought.
That seems a more viable solution than I think interceding on the Blue Coat Crow's love fest is going to be a lot more difficult than just offing a few of them.
True, but offing a few of them brings a bit more heat than I might want.
Nah, I don't worry about the heat. As long as you can keep the spirits away.
Oh, I keep the spirits away, but I can't keep crows away. Not yet.
They'll be fine. We're allies. We're allies of the hive.
And they're enemies of the hive. And
right.
We're weaker.
So the thing is working well.
All right. Hope so. Well, I think the hive are going to be a bit busy with saving their friends that the blue coats picked up.
How many did they pick up?
Brandon said a couple. I don't know. He only had so many specifics.
Hmm. We'll see.
All right.
We're not going to solve everything tonight.
No, but in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can figure out a bit more about these. You said it was plasm like ectoplasm or
plasmically charged. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Figure out more about these electroplasmically charged chains.
You do that.
Oh, I will.
All right. I'm going to go do something else.
Great. Happiest you've ever seen Puka.
Do what?
This is the happiest you've ever seen Puka.
Yeah.
That he's great. Because normally he's like, let's not murder anybody, and he's not even thinking about it. Like it'll make you happy. He's happy. Everybody's happy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cricket is extremely nervous right now.
Cricket, I gotta get these locks changed, man. This is terrible.
Yeah, I think that's. I'm gonna go back upstairs and see if I can calm Cricket down. And
you just see him like get a little bit less nervous as you just walk into sight. Like, all right.
Try to aid him a little bit the best I can, which isn't much, but
I mean, yeah. You can test keys for me and check it.
Yeah.
We need to figure out which key goes where and how many different. Yeah. Do you have any ideas for what we can do to make this place a little more secure? And man, there's a lot of different people. It sounds like are going in and out of here.
It does sound that way. We have bitten off quite a.
I didn't even ask where you come out. Was there a door? Was there a lock? Like how is that protected? Where the tunnel leads?
I just came up in a rail car. Just like they placed the rail car. I'm assuming. Well, I don't know. I suppose the rail car had probably been there. I don't know. I don't know which one was there first, but I came up in the middle of a rail car.
Was there a door? Was a
nope.
Just like a hole in the ground.
I mean, it was. You wouldn't look for it unless you were looking for it.
Oh God!
I mean, it's an abandoned rail car in an abandoned junkyard.
How many doors were there? There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Counts in his memory.
Yep.
4, 8.
Yep, 12.
12
doors.
So we might have 12 entrances totally open. Everybody can get right into our basement.
Yes.
Whole damn city seems to know how to get into our basement. Oh my God!
I doubt it's the whole damn city.
That's a question I had. Like when they were going down the path, was it just one path? Were there no offshoots?
Yeah, it was just one straight on.
Okay.
One tunnel.
Yep, one tunnel.
Oh.
Doesn't mean that there's not.
Right. That's yeah.
Or hidden passages in that tunnel, but
At least 12. Some of those paths could split up and it could be.
Just keep in mind, we're not going to be spending all of our time here. This is our.
Yeah, but everybody else is.
Puka might, but we're not going to be spending all of our time here. So
Everybody else is going to be spending their time here. We're just going to let them.
People are going to come. People are going to go. They're going to continue their business with Brandon.
And they're just going to suck the souls out of people. We're not going to put an end to that.
I mean,
that'd be an easier, smoother change, but man, that seems wrong, right?
Do we need to? Is that a thing we need to worry about?
What did Puka say? I think that's wrong.
Well, I thought it was wrong too when we first got down here, and then Puka didn't seem all that upset about it. So now I'm. Puka's moral code, I think, is shifting depending on what spiritual shit he finds.
Yeah, Puka might be off on this one. I think that's really wrong. That's like worse than the killing thing. Just sucking a man's soul out without killing him first. You gotta do him the honor of killing him first, right? That sounds backwards.
That's fair. That's fair. But apparently we can kill people down without it's coming out. So that's kind of neat. Sarge will be happy.
That's, I guess, good. Oh, you're stressing me out, man.
So that's pretty cool.
I'm glad you're up here.
Well, go back to work on your log.
You keep an eye and make sure nobody's coming in.
You mean like the 3 guys that are outside? But don't worry, we're fine.
And do you have any other ideas? Do we need to we need this door to be hidden, right? I don't know.
I have a feeling that the people we want to hide it from already know this door is here. So I don't think there's any.
Well, we got to move it somewhere else then.
And then what are we going to do with the big hole that's in the side of the wall?
Oh, I'll make it a closet.
I think change the locks is a good start. Yeah. Just work on the locks right now.
Okay, I'm going to go. All right.
And as you guys are talking, Brandon comes back. I took a look, and I'm pretty sure those were some crow fellas. But they left. They walked off. They didn't see me or anything. I don't think.
Did you signal to them?
No. Cricket asked me to go see if I could tell who they were.
Brandon, how many people are we talking? Are we 10?
How many?
50?
How many different people come down and use the basement?
Have a key to this door, that door, know the different tunnels?
Oh, no. The only other person that had a key to these doors was Needle.
Oh, that's good.
And I have them. I have one to each. I gave you the one for that door.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that other one in a minute.
And then the tunnels. That's the people who use the basement. Know about the tunnels. So, Vond knows about him. And then the people I do business with, and there are 6 people who are regulars.
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
No,
we're fine.
There aren't a lot of people in the city who do that kind of thing. It's fairly rare.
It's all the same. The only people who use this is for that thing we saw?
Not exactly always like that, but generally getting control of the spirit. Or sometimes just doing away with someone without the attention of those who would give it attention. You know, the ones in the masks.
The crows, would they know about the other entrances, the other 12 or so entrances to the tunnels?
Needle knows them all, but I don't know if the rest of the crows do.
And
they hired him. He didn't used to be a crow.
What was
he? He knew about all of these. He actually knew about them before I took the place over. But then the crows. He ended up joining the crows, and that was what he did for them. Passed information around through this place.
And this other guy, was it Vaughn? Vaughn. Does he work for anybody? Like, is he with one of the factions? He work for all of them? What is he?
He was Needle's contact for getting information around. So, he doesn't work for anybody as far as I know. He just knows. He knows a lot of people and knows where to get information to get the most point out of it.
Does he know
who's going to want it the most?
Does he have other people who feed him information, and does that happen here or other places?
If he does outside of here, I don't know. He and Needle used to meet up here.
We got to talk to Vaughn.
Yeah, I talked to Puka and trying to get a message to him, so he'll meet you downstairs.
All right, I'm gonna go get to work.
Okay. You're gonna work on that back door.
That back door, yeah.
Okay. And Puka, you're studying the chains. Luca, are you doing anything else while they're doing this, or you?
I'm trying to keep Cricket calm. Waiting for SARS to get back.
Okay. Can you pass me the? That one. There.
Yeah. I'll hand him things.
All right. Yeah, so go ahead and Puka, you can make a study roll on these chains. Figure out what's going on here. And Puka, look at that. And Cricket, you can be doing another tinker on this door if you're trying to work out what's going on, or trying to change the lock on this one. Yep.
Success.
Another janky door lock.
Yeah, kind of similar thing, right? Like it's not smooth, but it's working for now. So it's enough to, if somebody has one of the old keys, they're not going to be able to get in. You don't think?
All right. So Luca, do you think we're gonna keep him having access to all this? Business as usual?
I think we need to see how business runs first before we determine if it's business or usual. Because honestly, all we know about right now is that they do something very spiritual downstairs.
Yeah, I need Brandon's backdoor key.
All right, he gives it to you.
I'll file it down to match.
So Puka, you, from studying this chain a little bit, kind of getting a sense of what these are doing, you feel like the way these are charged, they're designed to like trap a spirit in some way and also draw it along the chain. So it's almost a cage and a conduit in one.
Another conduit.
So this would be able to, a spirit could be contained by it, but also travel along upwards to whatever you were trying to send it to. So it would make sense. So kind of putting that together with what you saw, that was a spirit bottle.
Right.
And this thing was obviously, designed to, or what it was being used for in that case was drawing the spirit out of this body into the bottle.
Correct.
Which normally bodies have to be dead for the spirit to come out.
For a while, like not even immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. So whatever this person was doing was prematurely drawing the spirit out, but still using this chain to transfer it, which is not a normal way that you get a spirit out of a body.
Nope.
Yep.
Usually you just wait.
Yep. But sometimes you need one. Yeah.
And it's not like there's lots and lots of ghosts just floating all around Dustfall and especially Crowspite.
Hmm.
I feel like there is. I could be wrong.
I
guess it'd be weird running around the streets with a ghost catch pole.
Yep. So yeah, Cricket, as you're working on the locks, and Puka, you're studying the chains. Actually, I guess Puka, you're the first one to see Sarge comes back out of this tunnel down here in the wall of the basement.
I mean, is he creeping? That would question whether or not he sees him. He's already 50-50. He won't.
He was creeping down the tunnel, but now that he's back in here, he's not creeping anymore.
Oh, welcome back.
Thank you.
Sure.
So I found the cult.
Oh.
And I found his house.
Okay. What'd you do to them?
Nothing. I just got information.
Oh, good.
Look at that.
It's not because he couldn't.
He didn't, and that's what's important.
I pulled it out of his bloated, dead corpse.
Cool.
Anything happened while I was gone?
Oh, Luca said something about some crows outside. I don't know. It's been quiet upstairs. I've been trying to figure this place out and why there's a barrier between the spirit realm in here and the spirit realm outside.
Right. Does that mean the spirits can't leave here?
Well, it doesn't seem like it. That's why the people like it so well.
Huh.
Right. Yeah, I told Luca you'd probably like it.
Yeah, you're right about that. So you're saying that,
Saying that,
and then he just walks away from you.
You gotta go find somebody to run a test.
Let's test who can we find?
Happy and excited as Puka.
Puka, did you want to try those chains out? Let me go.
I don't think he knows enough about him yet.
So Sarge walks upstairs. So about these crows.
Yeah, there's 3 of them keeping an eye on the place.
Was or are?
They were. They left.
I think they'll be back.
Sure they will. If they're going to continue their business.
They're not, right? I mean...
No, but I mean, maybe they don't know that yet. Maybe they have to be told.
Oh, shit.
So...
I mean, your name's on the deed, right? Like, they're going to know... Yeah?
This, not on the heart, you just punch him right in the throat, right?
Like, more of a slap, but yeah.
Okay.
Open-handed.
So contact with the sensor.
Near the spine, but not the heart. Should do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just walks out.
Like outside?
Yeah.
Sarge?
So Sarge is going to be sneaking around down to her. He walked out the back door.
The one I'm working on.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of stuff in the way, man.
And he's sneaking to see if he can find some crows matching those descriptions. Stake out the spot they were staking out.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make your growl,
All right.
which you'll probably do.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
So, if I were like to follow him, is there a thing that I can use to try to find him?
I mean, you could use your tracking.
You could.
Well,
yeah.
Unless
That's what I
he's
wanted to
running away, like
So that makes it a great success because I'm using my shadow cloak, right?
you can just walk out with
Bumps it
him.
up a tier. Yeah, so it's a critical.
Yeah, I mean, I was walking behind him, but knowing Sarge, he made like, you know.
Well, I mean, it doesn't disappear.
Well, I mean, I guess he kind of walked out, and I was like,
Yeah.
Sarge, and it's like kept walking
Yep.
because
Bye. Yeah.
yeah.
Pulls the cloak up.
I'm assuming then I stepped outside and he'd like already gone around the corner, so that's why I was, you know.
I mean, but yeah, you can try and hunt him.
Hunt them. Your cat can help you.
True.
Knows the scent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do cats do that? This cat does.
I've never heard of that happening.
How does that work?
You can't train cats.
No,
How
that's
does my
Oh, he's got a special
I-
cat.
It's a
it's,
hunter.
yeah, it literally says a trained hunting pet.
Yeah.
fantasy,
Yeah.
Sarge. Fantasy.
Yeah.
I mean, it can participate in a group action with you.
Hunt it together,
Cool.
man.
Hunt them together then, so I can keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's your.
Sorry. Good try.
No, I mean it's a success. And then the cat. I think the cat does a fortune roll equal to the tier of your crew. So
So we're tier 1.
the cat will roll a die, and whatever the best result is what you get.
Am I rolling that day?
Unless you want me to.
Do I have a click on a button for a pet thing?
I think you just click on fortune. So that's just like a random. You can do whatever you want. Is that on our sheet?
Where's fortune?
Do you have a fortune?
Underneath strange, or underneath your like your friends, your friend and
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the roll fortune button.
I don't know what that means, so I'm just gonna roll. Here we go. Not a very good cat.
Should have been one die though.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's the first guy.
either way,
Yeah.
you can add them together. It still doesn't.
Well, I mean,
It is a cat.
What was that about trained cats?
train cat.
Cat decided to just lay down this time.
Yeah.
Real quick, Johnny, did that automatically go, or did it ask you about anything?
So I clicked on it. It said number of dice, and I put 0.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So yeah,
I wasn't
you-
sure if it was tied to the
yeah, just
tier,
one. It would have just been one.
Was I supposed to put 1?
because we're tier 1.
Yep, you're a tier 1 crew.
With a weak hold on our turf.
Okay.
Hey, look at that success.
Oh, okay. Okay, so again, that was that was like a disadvantage. I got it now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Because the standard fortune is just like assumes you have nothing at all, and it's just a, all right,
Gotcha.
whatever. Yeah. So, so yeah. I mean, you do see Sarge, but he's traveling in such a way that you feel like if you continue to follow him, you might blow his cover.
Mm-hmm.
So up to you whether you want to continue.
No, I'll turn around and go back inside.
All right.
I lost him.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
jeez. You guys keep
For
coming
this
through.
Walk through the door.
You guys use another door.
Yeah. So yeah, Sarge, you don't see any. I mean, they tell you where the crows were hanging out. You don't see any sign of them there. And looking around in sort of the general vicinity, like the couple blocks around, it seems like they're gone. So whatever they were hoping to see, I mean, maybe they were just watching for a while and wanted to observe and left. But you don't see any sign of them out here.
Well, that's disappointing.
Yep. Ready to slap some crows.
Just one.
Or slap a crow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people out here.
No.
Any Scovlin?
I don't know where you have this idea the Sarge doesn't like Scotland.
There's something he said just once.
Yeah.
He's never said he doesn't like them.
He thinks less of them, I think.
I mean, yeah. He doesn't think less of them. They lost. They are less than him.
Well, there you go.
I like how much in common Sarge and Prince Elish you have.
I was gonna say there's some overlap. There is some overlap. Well, Issue is not a sociopath. I mean, Sarge isn't either.
Are you just required to say that by law? Is that how that works?
So Issue is a good guy. I mean, Sarge is also.
I don't think any of you are good guys, but that's beside the point. So yeah, aside from like if there are other things you want to do in here over the course of the evening, you can accomplish them. But Brandon will hang out until you tell him otherwise. And the crows who are watching don't show back up at any point. So. And nobody comes busting out of a tunnel or anything like that. So this is basically just one kind of long wrap up to the score, because we had a situation in the basement that you had to follow up on. So unless there's anything specific you want to accomplish, we can see what happens as a result of what else happens as a result of taking over this turf.
That wasn't the entanglement?
Nope.
It seemed like an entanglement. That was very entangling. Like it took us a whole 2 hours. I felt entangled.
I mean, there's a lot of things entangled here.
Next time we set out to get a piece of turf, let's try to shoot for one that's maybe not so.
This place is going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome.
There's a whole bunch of things this can easily turn into on our cruise sheet.
You want something simpler, Johnny?
No, I want something that's because we're supposed to build up to it, and I feel like we've just got something that's right in the middle of everything.
I mean, you took a leap, maybe.
It's gonna be hard to keep a low profile with this place.
So
who wants a low profile anyway?
This is probably an unspecified turf item. It's definitely a secret pathway. It'd help us with lookouts.
It's gonna be pretty good.
No, I think that we just have this turf and we develop it into more turf.
If
we can hold it.
We just need
we know how to
down here, right?
Gotta keep
the blue coats.
Gotta keep a handle on it.
Pay our hive allies back before they get run out of town.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We just need to do what we do.
Yeah.
Here's the deal: we get hagfish, we sell the hagfish upstairs, and keep them fed with bodies.
Mm.
I don't know how tasty hagfish is.
That's better.
Yeah. I mean, hagfish will be cool to have around.
I mean,
Eat up
sounds
the bodies.
sounds like we already got a body disposal upstairs.
Kind of do.
Not okay with that.
No, Puka's not actually okay with the murder. He's just too excited about, spirit.
Right.
Not pay attention yet.
Barbara Fleet.
Right. The room is way more exciting than. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Gus Skamoose up here because we got some payoff to do. So you will get 3 rep for this one, which I think
Hey,
takes you
us
up to
full.
full because you have a turf. Yeah. So now your rep
We have to pay
reset.
for that, don't we?
No,
No,
this one is this one
this
is
one's
where
free,
your
it's
rep
just level.
resets and you now have stronghold at tier
First one's free.
tier 1.
So it's just for the tier itself.
Yeah,
the
when it
next
fills
tier we
up
need
again,
gold.
you'll have to pay to go to tier 2.
How much
But-
does that cost?
It's based on the tier that you're going to.
So 4 times the tier you're going to, something like that.
I think that's right. Yeah, I think it's 4 times the tier that you're moving up to.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. Right. But yeah, so you now have stronghold. Look at that.
You're fine. We've got a stronghold.
You didn't get any.
Stronghold.
Yeah, you didn't get any coin from this one because you spent coin on this one because you got some turf. But you did get a couple things. So if you want to, so we're looking at status here. You did get +1 status with the hive, so now you're at +2 with the hive because you did throughout all the negotiation and things, kind of, become more involved with them. Oh yeah, that's right. We have a little status
They
thing.
didn't get the whole sheet. Yeah, sorry, I switched over.
Cool, that's good. Yeah, no, I've got it up so that as we're talking about this stuff, people actually see what we're doing. But you are -2 with the crows.
Well, that's
because
surprising.
you took some turf from them. They didn't like that.
Why not? That seems.
Yeah, I mean, people don't like it when you take
kill them.
when you take their turf.
We purchased their turf. I mean,
Yeah,
they didn't want it taken. They shouldn't have sold it.
but it was theirs, and now it's yours. So, however it happened.
Yeah.
So heat for this one.
Bother me at all.
You're not quite at war with anybody yet. So I think this is just going to be kind of the standard 2 heat. They weren't particularly high profile. It wasn't on hostile turf. You're not at war with them. You didn't kill anybody. So yeah, I think heat will just be at
3.
You went from 1 to 3.
Oops.
Yep. Oh, that's not
So
too
I have
bad.
a question.
Yeah.
Does it count as killing somebody if we kill them in the basement?
Does it produce
yeah.
heat?
Yeah, that produces heat still. We just don't have spirits chasing us.
Right.
Somebody.
We killed them in the basement. and
Somebody
we
disappeared
brought
forever.
body to the hagfish farm.
Yeah, but somebody still knows somebody's missing.
Yeah.
The hagfish farm lets you reduce the heat once you get it, though.
Yes.
Right.
So that's good. See, entanglements. All right, so you are heat 3. You have no wand level. So here, move over, Gusk. Oh, that's how we move over. Let's see. So that would be keeping the 2.
Though it's an entanglement roll, so you roll.
Yep, and I rolled twice on this, so the second one is keeping
like
the
that
1.
one. That's good.
Yep. All right. So, additionally, entanglement from this. Is cool. Let's see. Fine.
I wonder how Corson would interact with this basement.
Uka's been wondering
That would be an interesting.
We make a
thing to
course in
find
jail.
I mean, you could play around with that and see what happens.
Yeah, that's going to be part of Puga's study.
Cricket gets some time that might, yeah.
All right, so somebody here needs to volunteer someone. So the bluecoats are snatching up somebody. So we need a friend or a vice purveyor to be offered up as the person the bluecoats nab this time. So who would you like out of the four of you? Any of your friends or vice purveyors could be.
Yeah.
I'd say Sarge is vice purveyor.
What's that?
I'd say you're vice. You don't like your vice purveyor right now, anyways.
No, I don't.
Yeah, but that may not be good because they may turn on. I mean, they might be more willing.
Well, Steve in that place. I haven't told him anything probably because I hate it there.
Probably that you can remember.
Yeah, probably that I can remember. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's accelerate this. Go ahead. I like it.
All right.
Next week on Blades in the Dark, how many people can we kill?
Okay. So basically you see that.
Averick.
So you find out that the bluecoats do round up Averick, and what you hear is that they gave him quite a beating, and he's recuperating, but he's not in good shape. But it doesn't appear that he had anything to give them. So somehow they got word that you've been seen. This guy Sarge has been seen around Averick's place, but the bluecoats didn't get anywhere with Averick. They tried to beat it out of him, but he just kept saying, I don't have anything to tell you. I don't know anything about the guy. And eventually they let him be and moved on.
Weren't you trying to rebuild that relationship?
With Averick? No.
Oh, okay.
No, absolutely not.
Well, that was your first purveyor?
My first purveyor is Roland Valeris, and I will be back there. I will get back in.
No, Averick's your current purveyor.
Yes.
Right, that's fine.
Okay. Cool. So that wasn't too bad. Good thing Averick doesn't really know anything about you.
Nothing useful.
Nope.
Except that I only kind of like his establishment.
Yeah. So
Which
that's
I
what
need
we
to go
got
back.
for the resolution of this score. The other thing that we don't have to decide right now, but something to think about as the crew, and we can do a group email about this or figure this out. But when you take new turf, it does change it expands your hunting grounds. So what we can talk about in terms of the crew is we'll detail what the new area of your hunting grounds is, and if there are new methods that go along with this hunting grounds, as this sort of expands on what we've created the crew with, because you have more area, another piece of the city that kind of belongs to you and is under your influence now. So we can work that out. We'll figure that out before next time what that means, in case you want to utilize it for your next score, whatever that is. And then a couple other things that you find out in the in the intervening days after after you're kind of getting settled here in your new turf. you do find out that there are a couple kind of rumors out on the street. So the red sashes apparently hit one of the Lamp Black's brothels, and the rumors are that the violence at the scene was hard to believe. Like, the people who investigated it were shocked by what they saw there. And very shortly after, spirit wardens were seen checking the place out. And they seem to have taken over. The Bluecoats were looking into it, but the spirit wardens have pushed them out, and seem to be keeping up a study of the place. Which usually, when bodies die in the city, usually the spirit wardens come and reclaim them. They've done that, but they've continued to keep a presence here beyond just getting the bodies out. And then, sort of related to that, the Lamp Blacks are kind of reeling right now from this red sashes hit, and they aren't, like, the Lamp Blacks aren't going anywhere near this thing. And the few Lamp Blacks that are around seem pretty, or that like know what happened there and were able to, a couple escaped, are pretty weirded out by what they saw, is the rumor. So that's what else is going on in Crow's Foot right now. And you already know about what's going on with the crows in the hive. So there are things happening here in Crow's Foot. But yeah, we'll figure out what else happens in this downtime, and we'll figure out what the group gets up to next week.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for tuning in. We've kind of solved the mystery of the creepy stuff in the basement, and it got even creepier. So that was good. So yeah, we'll see what the crew does with all this newfound information and turf next time. So thanks for joining us. We'll be back with D&D on Thursday with a new character and some gnome allies, and probably a fight against some Illithid, it looks like. If I had to guess. What?
And Illithid?
Yeah. It'll be great. There'll be 3 or 7 or 12 Illithid, and who knows what else.
Halion scared them all off, so there's really none left.
They're all.
That cutscene was great.
The what? Oh, the cutscene. Yeah. You'll find out about what we're talking about on Thursday.
Yeah. No, you'll wanna check that out.
Yep. There's a cool cinematic cutscene that happened after a last episode. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you for The Vanishing on Thursday. Night, everybody.
Night.
Night.